The year began with massive snowstorms and incredibly cold weather. Then as spring came, wild weather pushed disaster after disaster across the American heartland, whether it's epic fires burning more than 2.5 million acres in tinder-dry Texas, or near record-breaking floods along the Mississippi and other rivers.
I never seen nothing like this before in my life.
So this is an historic event for us.
And all of that was followed by the legion of deadly tornadoes, killing more people than any year since 1950.
This has been totally devastating, and we look at each disaster on its own merit, and this one is, certainly among the worst that I've ever seen.
We've been taking Earth for granted. Now I guess it's paying us back.
Some say the Earth is paying us back because they believe in global warming, something they say is partly brought on by humans.
This year has really been just the perfect year for tornadoes. More extreme events like floods, more extreme events like droughts, heat waves, wildfires. Those are phenomenon that we very much expect to see more of as we move into a warmer world.
But meteorologists like top forecaster Joe Bastardi have a completely different explanation. He blames the wild clashes of weather on an overall trend towards a colder Earth.
We've always had cycles of up and down, and when you change the cycle from what was a warm cycle toward a colder cycle, that's when you're going to get the biggest fights.
He says violent weather has come as the upper atmosphere experiences the biggest one-year temperature drop on record.
And the lower levels of the atmosphere are cooling, but not quite as fast. The atmosphere becomes more unstable.
Other scientists also say that because of unusual weather conditions this year, the cold air left over from the brutal northern winter has mixed in with the warmer air in the south, and that combination has led to these massive storms. And what about the future? Bastardi says that although many are worried about global warming, people instead should be bracing for colder weather in the decades ahead. And he says that isn't good.
The problem is that cold is worse than warm on people. There's a lot more food growing where it's warm than where it's cold. Have you noticed that, we're up here in Pennsylvania? No orange grows in my backyard over here.
Bastardi believes the Earth's climate is much too vast and complex for man to ever control its ups and downs.
Climate is never steady. In Wisconsin, we've had glaciers and we've also had rainforests, all right? So theoretically, the range in this majestic creation in Wisconsin is that someday they can have rainforest again, someday they can have glaciers again.
Paul Strand, CBN News, reporting from State College, Pennsylvania.